sure it shows you There we go. It's up now. My mic's a little quiet. Let me get that up. Alright. Hello guys. Hello stream. How's it going? I am here. I'm not the only one here alone. We have 4 people joining me. We have Christ of the Multiverse. We have our boy Ron
Yo.
Pepper. We have Cole.mp9. And then there's Aki, who is on mute, so.
Yep.
There we go.
Guys, it is confirmed that apparently a Pokédex is made from China, so I guess Pokédex, and Timu's Spyro,
we're doing this right now. What's up? It's me,
confirmed to be the exact same.
Oh, hey, Huss. And Huss just joined the stream. Hello, we are doing a stream. We're doing a Persona tier list, Huss, by the way.
I see that.
Right.
I see that.
Alright.
I do have to let you all know that a majority of these Persona games I have never played, so I'm gonna live this based on your experiences.
Alright.
Okay.
So
Some of these games I haven't played either, but I have played pretty much some of the ones that fall in the Neo Persona line, so
I see.
I mean, I might get this out of the way real quick. I'll say I played P3 Fez, P3 Portable, P3 Dancing,
I
P4
play.
Golden, P4
yep, I do
Arena
play.
and Ultimax, P5 Vanilla, P5 Royal, P5 Strikers,
I got.
P5
almost,
Taktika, and P3 Reload.
I got.
Okay, the
almost
ones
every
that
Persona game
I have
except
played
for,
were
3
Persona
Reload
4
expansion pass, 3
Golden,
Portable, and
Persona
Tactica
5 Royal, and Persona 3 Reload. Those are the
what
ones
else?
I've played.
Tactica and what?
Okay, Husk, can you stop yapping? I could barely hear Ron. Ron, can you repeat that?
Okay, yes. The Persona games that I've personally played are Persona 4 Golden, Persona 5 Royal, and Persona 3 Reload.
I have mainly played Persona 3 Fez, Persona 3 Dancing, Persona 4 Arena Ultimax, and I've also played the original 4 Arena. I played 4 Golden, I've played 4 Dancing, I played 5 Royal, I played 5 Dancing, and I've also played Persona 3 Reload, and yeah, and I've played a little bit of Persona Q.
Alright.
I've played Persona 3 Portable, Persona 4 Golden, Persona 5 Royal, Persona 4 AU Ultramax, Persona 5 Tactica, and Persona 3 Reload.
Ultramax? Oh, you
Ultramax,
Ultramax?
not Ultimax.
Oh my...
And Rumbara said I played Persona 4
You got me choking on
Golden,
some chips
Persona
there,
5
Cole.
Vanilla,
Oh
Royal,
my God, Cole.
Royal Strikers, and Tactica. And
What?
Oh yeah,
Reload
I
and
forgot to
Portable.
add Tactica. Let me get Persona 5 Tactica out of the way. Hold on.
Alright.
Ultramax. Literally.
Ultramax
really Ultramax.
instead of
I forgot
Ultimax.
to add. I forgot
Bullshit,
to add
bro. Bro
Oh,
said
no,
the
not
bullshit.
Ultimax, Tactica. Sure. Let's just do the Nintendo Switch version. 'Cause fuck it, why not?
Not the
Best we got.
Alright, yeah, there's only Switch version I see. Not the PlayStation. No Xbox.
Wait,
No
there we go. Okay.
And Numbara said
Let's do Velocity
I
Roll
don't-
Racing League, and then also the Persona 2 Innocence and Eternal Punishment. Alright. Well, we're gonna get started, and why not start with the first Persona game, Persona 1?
I haven't played it.
Also known as Revelations,
Barely
from what I've heard.
Yup.
I've, like, played
Oh,
really
yeah.
little of this.
So,
I don't know much about it
I
other
don't
than
know.
not many people thought about it, but it did become a super mega smash
So,
hit over
I
time.
really don't know.
Huss, you've, you've only played 4 Golden, dude. Where are you?
I own these games.
Yeah,
Own.
but you haven't played all of them. You've only played 4 Golden.
I guess I'll do the rating of like 4 golden. I'll just watch
Oh,
the.
he has played
first,
portable. He has played P3 portable.
I even
Yeah,
played
but like
portable.
very little of it.
like very
Little.
little.
All right. Okay, so are we gonna give a rating to Persona 1 or no?
Persona
I know.
1, I think it should go in
Why
B
you keep
tier because
stuttering
not many people
a
exactly
little
thought
bit?
about it,
I'm just
but
stuttering a little
it
bit.
wasn't
So.
that bad of a game.
Okay, are we gonna do? Should we put? Should we do Revelations or just the PSP remake?
We should start with
Um,
Revelations.
Revelation.
Okay, so Revelations B tier.
Yeah.
I say C tier. There was barely people playing
Fun
it.
fact.
Okay.
Oh
okay.
yeah, 'cause
Persona
it was the
was-
Americanized version of Persona.
Damn. Okay.
All right.
Revelations the PlayStation 1 version of Persona 1 was one of the first games to be actually translated by by Atlas, and it also got the 4Kids treatment.
Yeah, but the thing is though, Revelations was way too.
And they also turned Mark black. I honestly don't know why they did that.
From what I heard,
And they also gave. Wait a minute, did they give the protagonist red hair? Or I don't know. I mean, apart from
Yes,
a lot of
they
Americanized
did.
names and stuff. I'm pretty sure they went above and beyond to just like completely change the cast to make them different apart from the original P1 cast. Because they were
Tried to
all-
make-
they were all
They
Japanese.
tried to make the Persona 1 for the PlayStation 1 more in line of for Americans to play.
Yeah.
I mean, from what I heard, like from what I read online a couple weeks ago, they were trying to make them more American looking to appease to American audiences, but instead that just got like a bunch of backlash.
Yeah. Making Mark black.
So I think that should go in D tier.
Yep. Mark danced crazily. Or whatever it said.
Should we like raise the PSP version a little bit higher because it is like straight up a upgraded version from the Japanese version. And
Wait, I thought
plus, I honestly think that it has a better soundtrack.
Wait, I thought that the one that's already been selected was the PS1 version. My eyes aren't that good, so.
Well, which one? The Japanese or I mean, right now we're holding Revelations Persona, which is the American version of Persona.
Like I said, I never played Persona 1, so I don't have a full opinion on it, but you guys put it wherever you want.
I haven't watched the original gameplay of either the Japanese and the Americanized version. I only watched the gameplay of the PSP version though. And the PSP version, I think we can give it like should we give it a C or a D? Like
I'm
it's a
thinking
little
D.
better than Revelations Persona, because I don't know, maybe.
I think a B would. I think a B would work. To be honest.
B would work for PSP Persona.
Oh shit! I didn't even realize my mic was off. Oh.
Oh, what the?
Okay, but no. What I was trying to say was, thing is, like, here's the thing. Me and my older friend would always clown on Revelations just because of, the whole, like, controversy of making, Masao or Mark Black and shit like that. And especially making Mark really stereotypical in Revelations. But should we even put it in a D tier?
I mean,
I guess.
I don't even know. Shit.
I mean, aside from the whole like controversial move, it's not that bad of a game. So maybe it should stick to C.
Okay, and then we should just keep the PSP remake in B tier.
All right.
Next. All right. Should we even rate the Japanese version or no? Or would it just get the same treatment?
I think it would just get the same
It would.
treatment.
All right. Well, I guess we'll put it in C tier.
All right. Next, we have Persona 2: Innocent Sin.
Now, this is another really infamous game because of a certain someone as one of the final bosses.
Yes, and not to mention Plus, it's not to mention that what the initial story was about, how if you dial your own phone number, you summon a demon who will kill someone for you.
Yeah.
So, I think that in terms of... Now, Persona 2 has been, like, the most controversial game in Atlus's history. Like, this nearly killed Persona in general.
Well, mainly Eternal Punishment, but, it's still part of Persona 2, so, yeah.
So, I would say that Persona 2 would get... I would say Innocent Sin gets a C tier, while Eternal Punishment gets a D tier.
Okay, but are we counting... But don't forget, we have two versions. We have the PSP remake, and then we have the original PS1, which was, fun fact, only released in Japan.
I would say we start with the PS1 version.
I mean, the PS1 version was kind of what is loved by people.
I mean, there are people who like it, but this was like a very controversial take.
Yeah, but at the same time though, the killing of Atlas kind of came. I'm probably wrong, but I'm pretty sure it was Eternal Punishment. I'm pretty sure Eternal Punishment was the one that almost killed Atlas.
Yes, it was Eternal Punishment. It was Innocent Sin, from what I heard, that started digging the grave.
Until Atlas
Persona 2 in general has a good story, but like
it's just the gameplay.
Yeah, the gameplay, but it was specifically a little worse in Eternal Punishment though.
The main problem that most people had with Persona 2 was that instead of set in high school, they set it in college.
Well, I mean, that was kind of a good move, like to kind of change it out. But I feel like they would have done that with Persona 5 or Persona 6 whenever that comes. It'll definitely be a game changer. But I feel like they kind of did it a little too early.
Exactly.
So if we're gonna start with the PS1 versions, I mean the PS1 version. Like, cause here's the thing, I'm more lenient towards Persona 2 on PS1. Mainly because due to the fact that this game was not released in America, at least the PS1 version.
Right.
So a part of me wants to give it a B tier. I mean, it's close to an A, but it's like there's just something that's just not wanting me to put it in A.
I would say we put it in B just to be safe.
Alright, and then Eternal Punishment.
That would be the D tier because that's the game that nearly killed Atlas as a whole.
Yeah, but you can't forget, but besides it, but like, yeah, it may have almost killed Atlas, but that doesn't really take away the fact of like, it still is somewhat of a good game.
I mean, it was like the build up from Innocent Sin that started the whole controversy. Like, either you guys are killed off or you decide to erase your memories and make things back to normal. Like, that was like a really weird move.
Now, moving on to the PSP remakes. I mean, I'd say they improved.
They did improve to a degree. Well, I'll give it that.
So, should we put them in A tier, or at least Innocent Sin?
I would put it in the same boat as Innocent Sin and put it with B because, like I said, not many people liked Persona 2 in general. So and I don't want to like upset too many people.
Well, especially the hardcore Persona 1 and 2 fans.
Yeah.
And then I have never played the PSP remake of Eternal Punishment, so I can't really give a stance on this.
We'll just put it in D because.
Okay.
Next we have Persona 3 for the PS2.
All right.
This
now,
was the savior of the series.
Yes. So yeah, a part of me wants to put it in S tier and then kind of just save Fez for the answer. Should we do it like that? Because here's the thing, the journey in both games is pretty much the same. Just I think the only difference is that I think there's more social links in Fez, mainly the Aegis one. The Aegis social link, but do you want to just split Persona 3 for journey and then Fez is just the answer, or
Okay.
Are we ranking
In
Persona games?
for Persona 3 for the PS2 standard, I would say, given that it was the savior of Atlas, we will put it in A. Just for that, and then for Fez, we'll move it up to S because S has more content, it has
True.
more like experience. Like
yeah, we'll do it
Fez
like that.
gives
So
Fez gives
listen, I'll state this now. Persona 3, not only was it a savior, but in my personal opinion, it is the best game out of the entire Persona franchise. Fuck
it is.
Like, and I'm not just saying that because I'm a Reload bandwagon fan. I played this game way before Reload was even announced.
And I watched a lot of gameplay videos of Persona 3 Fez, and the idea of its theme of confronting death and accepting life for what it is, that changed my life. That made me see things from a different window.
Yeah, like Persona 3 literally had people just, look at life a different way,
Yeah.
Oh, let me read chat real quick. He says, also I played Persona 2 Innocent Sin Eternal Punishment, Team the other Carlos. PSP version for Innocent Sin is an A tier game for me. Persona 5 is an S tier, and well, yeah, your name is Joker Phantom Thief, no fucking shit. Honestly, controversial. All versions of Persona 3 go into B tier for me.
Yeah, that's a bit of a
really
bold
agree with that.
statement to
Put that
say,
in
but
A tier because the hot spring is impossible.
Sorry,
in the original.
I
Not
had to-
necessarily.
Wait a minute. Okay, what did I miss?
we're at Persona 3 now.
We're at Persona 3.
Why the heck does everything look all blurry? Hang on, I'm gonna.
What clarification what the fuck we are doing? Did you rank it as Persona games?
Yeah, we're ranking Persona games, Dragon.
So next is horrible.
Oh, hiya, Dragon.
So
Okay.
Persona 1
Alright.
and the
So we got Persona 3 Fez. Now we're at Persona 3 Portable. Where
Yes, the one with Kodane.
Oh yeah.
But
Are
this
we
is a
even-
new
Okay,
character.
before we continue Portable, I know some people are gonna talk about the answer being horrible in Fez or whatever. I mean, yeah, but I wouldn't say it's the biggest deal breaker.
Okay, I'm actually a bit pissed off about how people reacted to the answer. It's mainly towards the hatred towards Yukari, given how she was. Like, you can't really blame her. She was grieving someone she cared about.
But
And yes, she would do anything to see Makoto again. You can't blame her for that.
well, okay, yes, but then but Ron, I'm gonna need to counteract. I'm gonna have to counteract that with this. Yes, she was mourning, but at the same time, she could have said it in any other way that didn't make it seem like that made her seem like a bitch Kari, and it's like. And yes, I understand, you're mourning someone and shit, but you also gotta remember that your friends still have your back at the end of the day. And Yukari was just like, fuck you, I don't care about you guys. I don't care about anything.
That
All
you're
I want is
risking-
Makoto.
And then you're risking the entirety of time itself and
Yeah.
the literal end of the world with Nyx.
Yeah,
I'm not
exactly.
I won't argue with that, but I will make a good point by saying, given how recent Makoto's death was by the time you start the answer, like, it was very recent, not even a month.
Yeah.
Yes, Yukari is still grieving, and that's why she started going to cram school. She was actually trying to forget who Makoto was, trying to forget he existed, and has spent less time fooling around. So being brought back here is bringing back, like, painful memories.
Says, this guy
Gotta be no
says,
the
Yep.
best.
this guy says, I believe grieving is an excuse to be a person. I mean, yeah. It is a
And-
good excuse.
Plus, given the fact that Akihiko kind of rubbed some salt in the wound, asking if he said he wanted to bring Yukari's father back, that was kind of a low blow.
Well,
Not gonna
yeah,
lie.
but I mean, yeah, that is true. But you also gotta realize, when, like, if it comes, it comes. You can't really reverse that. Unless,
Yeah,
if you literally want to put the entire world into danger.
And
Just to get your sucky fucky rubber ducky back. I'm joking.
exactly.
Like,
Now, I won't argue with that, but again, what Akihiko said, if I wanted to bring your father back, would you say you want to? That's kind of a low blow because she kind of accepted her,
Father's
like,
death.
she kind of, like, overcame her grief in her father.
I mean,
Well,
yeah,
her mom
but you gotta.
became a
But,
hoe
but
ass.
yeah, the way he said it is a bit shit. But, like, he kind of makes a good point, stating, "Hey, like, yeah, yeah, Makoto's gone, and you want him back or whatever. But the thing is, when death comes, it comes. You can't reverse that, and you just kind of have to deal with it. And yeah, and like you said, she was trying to go to cram school to forget Makoto, but that didn't turn out to work.
And, plus what you said about death coming, I'm pretty sure that that death isn't coming, considering that Makoto became the Great Seal to prevent Nyx from
Well,
entering the world.
but the thing is, it costed the life of Makoto though. So
But he was willing to give that up.
yeah. And but like I stated, I won't say the answer is the biggest deal breaker of it, but I can understand the people who do not, who probably don't like this game much, mainly because of that.
Okay,
Even though I
How about-
kind of like it, despite
How about-
everything.
Yeah.
how about this? To be absolutely safe and move on from this, we'll
Yeah.
put Fez in A, right next to the PS2.
Yeah.
can I say something about
Now let's
that
move
real
on to
quick?
Persona 3 Portable, which is the
Hodane.
is the proper remake, but it also introduced a new character, Kotone Shiomi,
I
who
like
is like the
Oh,
Yeah.
and a few more, like Rio, Iwasaki, and Sari.
Yeah, and I like to call
Ogawa.
this the Chromebook version. When you're too poor and you ask your mom, "Hey, can I get Persona 3? We have Persona 3 at home. This is what Persona 3 at home is."
yes.
Oh, and we also have a female protagonist in it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now-
This is Mistress Kodane. I mean, just Kodane.
Let's
Mrs. Kodani, the greatest.
before we read this, let's get further into depth about this new character, Kotone Shiomi. Aside from being a female Makoto, we need to get further into who she is and her personality and all that shit.
Yeah.
I think
Actually,
I,
she's not a female Makoto at all. She's just Kodane.
Now,
She's bubbly,
Now,
cheerful.
now that's actually something I read about. The reason that she
Even though-
seems all bubbly and cheerful is because she's hiding her depression.
Yep.
I think
Unlike
Girl Gummy-
Makoto, who's genuinely depressed all the time.
And she and immediately the second that you meet Yukari, if you played as her, you instantly become best friends. Like, that is a plus.
Yeah.
Rather than trying to get to know people, you instantly make friends, you try to be nice to people. That's because Kotone is hiding a deep depression from losing her own parents.
Yep. And canonically, she tends to be a lot more violent when it comes to defending her friends.
Yes. And I did read this somewhere, that there was a theory that, now this is for Carlos's chat to hear. I did read a theory that Makoto and Kotone are supposed to be twins, and if you chose one of them, it meant that the other passed away in the car accident.
Yeah, and I'd say that's a good theory, but canonically, it's already kind of just... Well, okay, well, I shouldn't say canonically, but it's already been kind of accepted as the case, as they are completely two different people. Kotone is just from an alternate universe, while Makoto's from, you know, the canon universe.
Yeah,
So-
because of the
So
surname.
in actuality,
You
while... So here's the thing, while Ron's, you know, theory is, you know, it's a good way to look at it, but it's already been kind of seen as, and pretty much Kotone is just from an alternate universe of, you know, Persona 3.
Yeah, but it still holds water in a fashion.
It does, but like stated before, it's kind of already just been confirmed that Kotone is just you know, from an alternate universe.
Carlos.
Yes, but think about this. In Makoto's case file in the movie, it said that he was born the oldest son, which meant he did have a sibling before the accident.
Well, like stated before the stream started, the movie isn't completely accurate, so...
That's true, but that meant that in an alternate universe, that meant that Kotone did have a brother that she lost.
Yeah, but
So-
like stated though, Kotone is technically not canon, so wouldn't really matter.
Alright, well,
If we're gonna give the Chromebook version a rating, it'd be a D tier. But for portable,
now let's go over the new events that happen in Portable, like the ability to be able to save Shinji.
yeah,
Now, if you make Kotone fall in love with Shinji, you'll be able to find his watch somewhere and be able to save him from the bullet, and he'll just be out of commission for a few weeks.
yeah.
Yeah, in other words, he'd be in a coma
And
until March.
but there's also the controversy that it's possible to romance Ken, a 10-year-old.
Before people start saying Kotone is a pedophile, listen, I'm not a huge Kotone defender, but let me state this now: it's technically on the player who can decide whether to date Ken or not. So, does that make Kotone the pedophile, or does that make you the pedophile?
Now,
Or
hold
does it
on,
make the
Carlos.
Japanese developers the pedophiles?
Now, hold on. Before, as you were saying, Carlos, this was also on Atlas's blame because they gave us the option.
True.
So
talk
let's just say,
about
for the sake of the additional content, we'll put it in B or A.
I'd say a strong B.
Yeah.
Are you guys now talk about the difference?
Now we got
Portable?
Persona
Okay, wait,
3.
hold on, guys. Give me a second. What dragon?
Are you guys now talk about the differences between Portable and the other version?
Well, I mean, we kind of already did. The main, well, if we're gonna talk about the main different aspect between the PS2 and the PSP version is that because the PSP is not really as well. How would I say it? Because it doesn't have the
strong
capability.
at the PS2.
Dragon, can I talk?
Sorry.
Dragon says no.
Okay. So the main difference is that the PSP is because the PSP doesn't have the capability to, you know, run as similar as the PS2 version. It's more of like a point and click visual novel. Now you obviously still get like 3D moving around type shit in Tartarus, but throughout the majority of the game, it's just a point and click visual novel. So yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
and did I mention that I found someone who made a mod for the PS2 version of Persona 3 where they allowed us to play as Kotone?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think I saw the one time.
Like, we can't really forget that. Plus, I'm not really gonna beat around the bush. I think that Kotone's version of Orpheus is a bit too similar to Makoto's. The only difference is that one is female and the other and has like brown hair. The other is male and has white hair.
Yeah.
Like, that's the only difference I really see in both versions of Orpheus.
Alright, next is Persona 3 Dancing.
This was the very first official spin-off of a Persona game.
Well, no, that was technically
So
that was technically for Arena, but
Well, dancing spin-off.
yeah. Well,
Yes, Dancing
well, actually no,
Moonlight,
that
love
goes
it.
actually no, that goes to Persona 4 Dancing. But anyway,
I
Persona
heard there
Persona 3 Dancing. Here's the thing. I used to defend these games like with my life, but now looking back, while I do believe they're still good, but looking back now, it's kind of just another time waster, honestly.
Okay, I'm going to give my humble opinion. I've never played these games, but I did watch videos. I think that seeing the characters in a more 3D-esque model and these, like, their dancewear, if that's a word. Like, Makoto has never looked so animated given his demeanor of not giving a crap about anyone.
Yeah.
Yep. Because he tends to smile, dance, move around, and, of course, he does all those freaking cartwheels, which are just top tier, just really 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Now,
Wow.
for Yukari's dancing style, I have to say there's a bit of flair, given how much she sways her hips.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not being a creep, I just admire how much flair she puts into the effort. Akihiko, it's literally just shadowboxing if it was a dance.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Now
literally what
listen,
it
guys.
is.
Listen, guys. If this was a dance style tier list, I'm sorry, Akihiko, you'd be in D tier.
Now I don't remember Junpei's dance style, but I recall it being a bit similar to how people would play baseball.
Yeah.
And it fits because Junpei used to be a baseball player. Yeah, there was a lot going on in Persona 3 Dancing, but for the sake of not being crucified in chat, I'll give it an A.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. Persona 3 Dancing has... Well, the dancing games in general are really mixed.
Right.
So, if anything, I'd have to give it, a B tier. Because here's the thing. I can't put this in S tier, because then I'd be being biased just because it's Persona 3. But, because, like I said...
That's fair.
Like I stated, back then, I used to defend the dancing games so hard. But now looking back, like I stated, well, I'm personally a fan of... I like rhythm games. I don't know how you guys think of rhythm games, but I'm a big rhythm game fanatic. So if I could, I would put it in A tier, but I feel like a B tier would suffice it. Because because like I stated, now, because if you're not a big rhythm game fan, this is more just another time waster.
Alright, we'll put it in B because that would appease some of the fans, and it will keep me from getting nailed to the cross.
Yeah. Hold on, let me...
Like Master Big Makoto.
Let me, before we continue, let me read a bit of chat, because I probably missed quite a bit. Portable kind of mid, because you can date, do I have to say his name? Okay. Like we stated, that's more on the players, Joker Phantom Thief, so if... It's not really Kodane's fault, it's more of the player's fault, so who are we really blaming now?
It's also Atlas's fault because they made the option.
Yeah. You Roman. I mean, make a Thomas tier list, maybe at some point. 7, shut the fuck up, I did not fart.
I mean, in
I
Japan, the whole
kind of think the Yukari defense squad are more annoying than the people who slander her. Yes, indeed.
Yep.
Laughs, holy moly. Imagine the train breaking in the dorm in Persona 3 AI. Movies are not canon, nor the other animes or manga or the stage plays. Are you gonna change the music each Persona game? Yeah, we're just gonna be listening to time all day. Okay. After dancing, move on to Persona 4. Is this how you got that profile of Persona 3 Dancing? Yes. Only good thing about 3 and 5 dancing are the social links, which can be watched on YouTube. Nah. I mean, they're fun. It's just that the only people who will like this are either die-hard Persona 3 fans, kind of like me, or rhythm game fans, which I'm a fan of too. But anyway.
I mean,
Go ahead.
alright, so let's move on to the greatest Persona game that's at least known to many, Persona 4.
Can I say something real quick?
What?
Which I still
What,
haven't
Dragon?
completed. GoldenEye, but still.
Well,
P3.
we're starting with Vanilla on PS2.
Can I say something?
Okay, guys, let Dragon talk.
So,
Alright.
okay, so my first ever Persona game was Persona 4, so I'm gonna be very biased with it, not gonna lie.
Here's the thing. I mean, my favorite is Persona 3, but I mean, I still think Persona 4 is a great game.
Yeah, I agree.
Though
so
I
too.
feel like even Atlas themselves overhyped Persona 4 a little too much.
Like, what do you
Yeah.
mean by that?
Okay.
Bro, do I need to say more? Persona 4 Arena, Persona 4 Arena Ultimax, Persona 4 Dancing, Persona Q and PQ2 both have Persona 4 in it. Anime, fucking stage play,
A manga.
manga, yes.
Detective
Detective Naoto. Do we need to say
Yeah,
more,
P3
Dragon?
P3 deserves more recognition.
Oh God.
Okay. Now, I would like to discuss Persona 4 as it's been quite a while since I've played it. Now, if I remember correctly, you're playing as Yu Narukami, who is moving to Inaba with his uncle and cousin due to his parents working overseas
Yes.
when a murder happens. Like, the timing was just too impractical.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the murders are connected to a strange world within televisions, if I'm right.
Yes. That's true.
Okay, Joker Fan Thief. Are you really gonna say a game is mid over the fucking hot spring scenes?
What?
That's no offense. That is a terrible take. No offense.
Okay.
And of course, it can't be a Persona game without the freaking hot springs.
Exactly.
Well,
Persona 5
well,
didn't have hot springs, if I remember.
Persona
Well-
5 Strikers did.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you talk about like, the mainline games. Strikers was
Yeah.
more of an unfinished spin-off.
It was a hack
And
and slash.
technically, I don't know if it counts, but there was this
I'm
one
thinking-
scene where Ren, Ryuji, and Yusuke went into that hot bath together in Gungan Jaya.
Yeah, but that was more of a bathhouse than a hot spring.
Yeah.
Jeff Gamer. All right.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I have not completed vanilla P4, so I can't really give much. But I
I
have
did.
completed 4 golden. So.
Now, Persona 4, let's talk about the actors. Like, they were all top-notch. You got Johnny Young Bosch as Narukami. Yuri Lowenthal comes back from his role as Makoto to play Yosuke Hanimura.
Which,
Okay, I remember Chie had a different voice actor in the first.
yeah.
In
Yes,
vanilla
that's true.
P4.
Yes,
think
she did.
He was going to retire.
But I don't remember who.
I'm looking it up right now. Hold on.
I actually-
Tracy Rooney.
Okay, and she actually did a pretty good job at giving that little, like, that deep tomboy accent.
Yukiko, played by Amanda Winley.
Wait, didn't that the report from Persona 5 voice actor?
Kanji, he was played by Troy Baker.
Rise was played by the same voice actor as Kodane, Laura Bailey.
Yeah.
And then I forgot who played Naoto.
There's a lot of voice actors. Wait, Valeri, what's her name?
It was. Hold on.
Wait, did anyone know who voiced acted Teddy in the original? Because I know in Golden Age voice actor changed.
Troy Baker,
oh,
voice Kanji.
No, talk about Teddy.
yeah, I said that. Johnny Young Bosch also voiced Detective Adachi.
I think
That
okay.
makes sense.
From what I'm looking it up, it's Anna Graves. So yeah. But if let's be okay, I feel like P4, like vanilla P4, I'd probably give it an A tier. What do y'all think?
Yeah,
it would
Yeah,
go
they-
in A because it was like the biggest smash hit of Atlas's
Yeah.
thing. Like
Like,
that was their biggest thing. And then we have Persona 4 Golden.
I'd give it an S tier. What do y'all think?
It does deserve an S tier, but because it not only kept introduced some new stuff, but it also introduced a new social link named Marie.
Yeah.
Well, wait, wasn't Marie like 50?
Oh, and then and also let's not forget this. It also added like a a third semester or something.
Yes, it added a third semester. This was the very first game to do that.
Yeah.
Wait,
Wait
no.
a minute.
Persona
So
3 with the first one.
P3, the original P3 doesn't count because technically
No, not
they had a third semester.
barely.
No, the
though.
original P3, it kind of skipped to the last week of
Yeah.
school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
really?
But the January one doesn't being able to do a January barely counts. So
Because that's mostly getting to the top. It's hardest to face Nyx, right?
yeah.
Yep.
And then
there's
it
March.
skips and then it skips to the end of the game.
Yeah.
So yeah, if in my opinion, 4 Golden is an S tier, and this isn't obvious. This isn't just to say just to hop on the bandwagon and please the Persona fans. In my personal opinion, 4 Golden did a lot of things right, and then obviously, another big difference is Chie got a new voice actor, and that was
Aaron Fitzgerald.
Aaron Fitzgerald, yeah. I remembered her name. I just had to make sure I said it right. But
Yeah.
Aaron Fitzgerald did the role for Chie, and she did amazing.
She did do really good. I'll give her that.
And honestly, listen, I know people are gonna most people will have the same opinion, but Aaron Fitzgerald suits Chie a lot more than Tracy Rooney.
Yes.
Just my opinion.
And let's all agree on one thing about Persona 4 that I know even the chat's going to agree with me on this. That Nanako Dojima is way too precious of a treasure and needs protection 24/7.
True.
Yeah.
Wait, hey Carl, before we move on to
You meant
the
to
arena
do-
game, didn't Teddy have a new voice actor in Golden?
Oh yeah,
Because-
Teddy also got a new voice actor.
It
I
felt
didn't know
almost-
that. He sounded the same in both Vanilla and Golden.
The only difference, the Golden one sounds slightly deeper. That's it.
Yeah,
Was it the same person or a different one? I
I think
forget.
it was a different person. I'm pretty sure because you said it was a different voice actor. All right, now next one for Arena. If another friend of ours was here, he would probably put both of them in S tier. But
Yes.
but here's
Since
the
it-
thing.
Nah,
But he's not here, and I don't care if he's watching, and he can hate us all he wants. I don't give a fuck. 4 Arena is not that good of a game. I'm being honest, and I'm not just saying that I'm not saying that to hate. I'm just saying it because it's factual.
because Arena
Yes.
Ultimate did better.
Persona 4 Arena normal. There was a lot going on before you even start the game.
And guys, I'll make a confession. Persona 4 Arena, vanilla Persona 4 Arena, was my first game. But I obviously didn't remember much. I don't remember when I first played it because I was 6 years old when I played it.
Right.
But now obviously 4 Arena Ultimax is obviously better because it has more content. But 4 Arena,
Yeah.
vanilla 4 Arena, they're like I said, they're both pretty much the same thing. Just 4 Arena has more. Ultimax has more content, and it adds extra things. But base 4 Arena.
Let's put Persona 4 Arena normal in C tier and discuss a little bit about Ultimax because I know there's a lot to talk about that.
Yeah, so Ultimax has a bit more content, and
I know that
and it has I think 3 extra stories. It has the 4 Arena story, but it also has episode P4, episode P3, and I think what was it, episode Adachi, I think.
now from what I heard, because I never played it, so I don't know too much, but from what I read, the Persona 4, the investigation team and C's, now the Shadow Operatives, they meet up and I guess they team together against this, and Adachi, he somehow gets out of prison.
Yeah. And listen, I know our other friend is gonna be like, oh, but P4 Arena Ultimax has such great stories. You're just glazing the game, dude. For Arena Ultimax stories, I'm talking all 4 of them are the biggest yap fest of all time, dude. Oh,
Yeah, it
so
was one giant
boring.
Even if it was great seeing the entire P3 cast except Makoto come back, at least it was just one big yap fest.
Dude,
I have to
it was
admit.
a fucking yap fest, and
Let's
not
not-
even the P3 story could save it.
dude,
Yeah.
for Arena Ultimax, like, dude, their stories are a fucking yap fest. They are so forgetful. I don't care if they're canon, quote unquote, but they're still a yap fest, and most people just overlook them and pretend they don't exist.
Oh, and let's not forget the Elizabeth story of Arena Ultimax,
Oh yeah.
where she manages to destroy Erebus with one punch and has been desperately trying to find a way to, like, help to bring back Makoto while keeping his seal active.
Yeah.
At least I think she's trying to keep the seal active. I don't know.
But
Make
now,
sure
for-
that humanity stops
yeah.
wishing for death.
Now, talking about For Arena Ultimax's gameplay, well, it's just another standard 2D fighting game. I don't really
It's
know
literally-
what else
Same
more to
gameplay
say.
as Arena. Same gameplay, but
Same
a few-
gameplay as For Arena. But
Yeah.
That's me.
Nothing.
Persona 4 Arena sounds like a mix up of Mortal Kombat, Super Smash Brothers, Tekken, and Street Fighter. Like, it's all in one.
To me, it's more. Well, here's the thing: Tekken is more 3D, while this one is wholeheartedly 2D. So, in my personal opinion, well, so yeah, I'd give it more of like a Street Fighter and Persona 4 type deal. Now what we said, criticizing, the story, doesn't make the whole game bad. But, like, if you're really gonna have a story, you want to keep people intrigued in it. For both of these stories, do not do any of that.
Right.
It is a fucking yap fest. I don't like. Listen. I'm gonna say it. Ryuzuzu X, if you're watching, I don't care if you get mad at us. P4 Arena. Neither the original nor Ultimax are an S tier. It is getting like a low B tier.
Yes.
Actually, yeah, it's getting a low B tier. I really don't care.
Now let's talk about.
Listen, sorry for continuing this, but I will say this now. While it's a fun game to play, the story mode is a fucking yap fest, and it's really only a game I can play every once in a while.
Not to mention all the people who are crashing out over getting their asses kicked.
Exactly.
Let's not forget that.
Alright,
I can relate.
Anyway,
Then-
Persona Q.
Yes, the official game that brought both teams together. Even though it's not canon, from what I heard.
Yeah, because P4 Arena did it first.
So I remember the plot. So, now there's about to be some spoilers. So before I go into this, if you guys have not gotten too far, then I'd suggest muting the stream for a second. But if you have, then I will start explaining. So Persona Q takes place around the time where the school, remember how Yukari was supposed to wear a maid outfit for like the school festival or whatever?
Yes.
The Gekkoukan School Festival was canceled
Because of
Wow.
a typhoon.
while Yasugami's school festival was like barely going anywhere.
Yeah, so this takes place technically in both sides, and in both parts. Persona Q if on the P3 side, it takes place after a typhoon hits and you get knocked out for 3 days.
It's something I don't get with PQ.
So yeah.
Why are
So, yeah.
the P3 cat wearing the summer uniform? even though it takes place in September.
And if I remember correctly, the Persona 4 side took place before the cross-dressing beauty pageant.
Yeah. So yeah, Persona Q. So yeah, pretty much while the cast of Persona 3 is not knocked out because of a typhoon, well they're knocked out for 3 days. The entirety of events of Persona Q happen.
It's like in a dream sequence.
Pretty much, yes. Now I have not completed the entirety of Persona Q, so I can't really give a wholehearted take on it. But from what I've played so far, y'all will probably hate me, but I do not think it's that good.
I stopped playing after the wedding scene. The destined couple that I ended up getting was Makoto and Yukari. Shocker, I know.
What? Dude, that is such cap.
I thought you.
That's what I got.
I thought the relationship was something worse than that, in my opinion.
But you like Yukari.
No, it's not a big surprise I got Yukari as my destined lover.
Who would you expect?
No.
Wow, Ron, it could have been worse. You could have got Karl
I
Marx.
mean, I was expecting to have accidentally gotten Naoto because I'm a huge fan of Naoto, but I ended up getting Yukari, and it was just surprising to me when I first played it because I wasn't a fan of Yukari yet.
Oh,
If I had the game, I'd probably stick with Aigis for
Or
Makoto,
Mitsuru.
because Aigis would say an expected result.
Yeah, she's. Let's all just agree that Aigis is a simp for Makoto, whether she knows what that means or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
is that
Okay,
true?
so to get the exploration or how do I say it? Yeah, the exploration of playing Persona Q will give you a lot of Persona 1 flashbacks because it's in first person. And that's kind of okay. I don't want to say that makes the entire game bad, but it's like I cannot get behind it. I really can't.
Right.
So
So let's put it in C tier, just to be
Yeah.
safe, because the story was a bit confusing.
yeah, Persona 4 dancing.
I'm going to say this right now. Narukami can fucking dance.
Hey, hashtag specialist.
Can he cartwheel like Makoto?
I mean, he doesn't really need to. Chad Narukami already has his moves.
And Kanji can break dance. Let's give him that.
And the biggest thing that I personally think makes this game better than both 3 dancing and 5 dancing is that this game actually has a story and it's actually canon. So yeah.
Yes.
So we're just gonna erase your memories after this. Nothing ever happened.
And let's not forget the idea of having dancing partners, like having Nanako involved. While the idea was to appease the shadows by getting a high score in dancing, whenever Nanako's involved, the others look like she just wanted to have a good time.
Yeah.
The fact that
So I'd say we put this in A, because
Yeah.
this was an actually good dancing game.
Yeah. Oh, and also the remixes were amazing. That's not to say
Yes.
Persona 3 dancing's remixes aren't as amazing, but like I stated, Persona 3 and Persona 5 dancing are more like time wasters, while Persona 4 dancing almost felt like it actually had, a bit of character to it because of, the actual story it has besides and not like social events.
Right.
Oh my god, fucking Joker Fantasy is already saying next up is peak. Best pros tag, best personas, best bosses. Bro.
And here we
Okay,
are.
okay.
Here is the Persona 5 sim.
Okay,
I'm
Joker
sorry-
Fantasy.
Joker, I'm
Stop.
sorry to say this, but Makoto's better. Fuck you.
Okay, let's all calm down and get to the long-anticipated Persona 5 that's been in development hell for over 8 years.
Wait, that was
This
it.
was the big game changer for Atlas because it took so long to make this after Persona 4.
Yeah. Well, especially
Now-
since they were milking the cow titties out of Persona 4.
And
Every chance
now
they
they
got.
milked this. Like, Look at all the sequels and spin-offs to it.
Persona 5.
Makoto Yuki was in Royal. He's DLC. Yeah, but that fight isn't canon.
Now,
You want to?
let's at least talk about it first. Let's start with the story. You play as Ren Amamiya, or Amamiya, however you pronounce it,
Amamiya.
or at least by his manga name, Akira Kurusu,
Yeah.
who has been falsely framed for an assault charge after stopping a city figure from assaulting a young woman.
Yeah.
And he was sent to Tokyo under the quote-unquote care of a family acquaintance, Sojiro Sakura, living in the attic of his cafe and going to Shujin Academy.
Yeah. Now. Okay, go ahead.
When he discovered a alternate reality hidden in an app in his cell phone that he somehow got upon arrival.
Yeah.
This, which allowed him to become a phantom thief and change the hearts of known criminals.
Does this team maker also include the new RPG which has the Persona engine?
What?
Yeah, there's a new RPG game with the Persona engine.
Metaphor Refantasio. No,
No, this is all Persona games.
we're just doing Persona games.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All,
Now,
oops, all Persona
Wait,
games.
should I deafen?
I'd say so, but unless we don't
Wait.
care about spoilers.
So are we putting P5 and
No,
A
I
tier?
care, so I'm deafening.
Okay, so here's the thing.
Might be fine.
The reason
Okay.
why I want to put Persona 5 in an A tier is because Royal goes in S tier.
Makes
Now,
sense.
let's discuss. Now, let us discuss the stuff of Royal.
They're like a grappling hook. That was cool.
All right.
Got the Mari.
Now, the new content of Royal was actually really unique. There's the new characters Sumire something, who was actually having an identity crisis after the tragic loss of her sister.
I feel you say spoiler
No.
or later.
That
Well, people
That
should
would
have.
be right.
Well, people should have already expected it. This is
Fair point.
mainly for the motherfuckers who've already played Persona.
And also Delta Maru.
Then there was also that twisted therapist who wanted to twist the world into his own vision, where there's like no pain, no suffering. Like, it's gonna happen whether you like it or not. Someone's
Yeah.
gonna
And
suffer.
where his voice actor also passed away.
Rest
2
in
years
peace,
ago.
though. Rest in peace. To him.
Rest in peace. Maruki
Now-
was a really good character, not gonna lie.
Now the ending, where like the official best ending, was just so confusing for me.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean by
Like,
that?
instead of getting a ride back home from his friends, Ren decides to hop with Maruki into his taxi. Then, as he's boarding the train, there's a possibility that Akechi is still alive.
Oh, that.
I prefer the normal ending where the Phantom Thieves just give Ren a ride home.
Yeah.
Wait. Do you even know where Ren actually lives? Even driving distance at all?
But given the popularity of Persona 5 Royal, I'm going to place this in S as well.
Yeah. Like, let's be honest. There is no way we can. There's no way we can move. There's no way we can put 5 Royal in A tier because Royal just perfected everything Persona 5 did.
Yes.
Yep.
Now Persona 5 Dancing. I fucking hate this game so much.
I feel like some like dancing is like
I'm gonna
the
be.
worst
I'm gonna at least
Makes
give my
P3
opinion.
Reload look more, not P3 dancing, more appreciable. And
I'm gonna.
more
I'm gonna at least give my opinion. I didn't think that this was the worst game ever. I think that there was far worse Persona games.
Well, yeah. Okay, let me not say it's the worst, but the thing is, the songs in here, this kind of came out at the worst time possible. This came out before Royal, meaning, yeah, you weren't gonna really get as many like
songs.
You weren't getting as many songs. Oh, and then also half those songs here are repeats, so
Yes.
Yeah.
that's
Plus,
one of the
do
big
we-
deal breakers.
Plus,
feel
do we
like-
have to bring up the DLC costumes that made them look like characters from the Yakuza games?
Oh god, don't even bring that up.
I mean, it's like a double on the Yaga series and Persona.
Yeah,
so-
I don't really know who in their right mind thought it'd be a good idea to turn Ren Amamiya, aka the freaking Joker, into Kazuma Kiryu.
Oh, and then
Yeah.
this is kind of just criticism to the dancing games in general, but maybe you guys know, maybe you don't, I don't know. But when these games, when 3 and 5 dancing came to PS4, if you wanted to get 4 dancing, you had to buy the Endless Night collection, or else you just weren't gonna play Persona 4 dancing at all. So meaning,
oh yeah, I
so
remember
meaning
that.
if you
You have
so
to pay a
so
shit ton of
meaning
money to buy it.
so meaning if you really let's say for example you don't really care about 3 or 5 but want to play 4 on PS4. Yeah, fuck you. You have to buy 2 games that you don't want. Now you could
Oh.
now you were able to buy now if you were on Vita you could buy the games separately. You didn't have to get the Endless Night collection. But if you wanted to play 4 dancing on PS4, you had to cough up, I think it was like about $50 just on 2 games that you didn't want just to get 4 dancing.
I mean,
Yeah.
at least about 50
And let's not. We almost forgot about. At least I almost forgot about this. Persona 3 Dancing did allow you to play as Katone for $5.
Wait,
I don't
really?
think that was true. No, that wasn't true.
No, that was a real
That's
DLC
false.
for Persona 3
That is
Dancing.
false.
No, I do not see it in the DLC. I checked the DLC. It was never there.
It's in the Japanese version, I guess, because
Wait.
I saw it.
Wait, really?
Pay 500 yen, you'll get to play as Katone Shiomi with her own song, and it's just one.
Yeah, I do not remember seeing that.
But
Yeah,
anyway.
anyway, I just have Kodane song.
But
so-
anyways, going back, P5 dancing is now technically 3 and 5 dancing are kind of just the same game. Just the only difference is that it uses P5 characters and not P3 characters. But another thing I do not like about this game, their remixes just absolutely suck.
Plus, do we need to bring up the whole, like, Guitar Hero bonuses for the boys and girls?
Yeah. So, I'm not gonna put it in D tier, or should we?
We'll put it in C.
We'll just put it in C tier. I won't say it's bad, but like the remixes just absolutely suck.
Right.
So
now,
basically,
for
so-
Persona 2,
I have never played this, so I can't really give a opinion.
I think
heard
that the intro was a bit weird, given that it's like the very first cutscene you see. I'm not kidding you. It's Narukami trying to hit Joker with the katana, and Joker like just blocking it with his gun.
What?
That was like that's like something out of an anime.
What about Tactica? Oh wait, there's Tactica. Never mind, you got it already. I already mentioned that. No, we'll put that later.
I heard this game
Now-
was
Tactica
good.
came before P3 Reload.
Persona Q2, it did bring back Kodane,
Yeah.
which I think was a bonus because she's not that bad of a character.
Yep, she's like, oh, hey there, I'm finally crossing over in this shit.
Yes, and
Yeah.
plus there was one scene in Q2 where Joker calls Narukami his big bro.
What?
Like, because they're both Persona wildcards, and it's like kind of like, and since Ren like looks up to Narukami in a way, calls him big bro.
So Joker.
So-
I mean,
I would,
where should we put it?
I'd say we put it in a second strong B. Like, it wasn't that bad of a game.
All right.
yeah, I was good.
Now we're on to Persona 5 Strikers, which was more of a Dynasty Warriors game than a Persona game.
Yeah,
But I
yeah,
mean-
yeah.
Even though it didn't have
Actually,
even though
this
it
one,
didn't
really
have a good
good.
story.
It is good.
It did introduce a new character and a new persona, but it was missing the idea that you get to go on a date with one of the girls. Like, that's what it was missing. I mean, sure, you get to go on the Ferris wheel, but there's no cute talk, there's no romance, no I love yous, none of that.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be
And
kind
then there was the hot spring, the dreaded hot spring scene, where you can't go 1 minute to relax without getting your ass whooped.
So Joker Fantasy, we gonna talk about that now?
Okay, the stuff that I don't like about Strikers is I forgot what the jail is. What the one for the detective daughter I didn't like. What was her name again?
I would say, for the sake of many, and to keep me from having an aneurysm over this game, we put it in C.
Strikers in C?
I
Yeah.
can see.
Really?
No,
It's
I
not
wouldn't
that
say-
bad.
I think it was
It's-
A.
I'd say an A.
Yeah.
It's an A.
We'll keep
I
it
mean,
at
the
a
only-
low A. We'll keep it a low A.
The only thing I hate about it was
Alright, low A.
jail.
Now we got
Hold
on.
5.
Hold on, before we continue, like, listen, like, yeah, like, the game itself is fun nonetheless. It's a nice little hack and slash game. Like, it's like fucking Hyrule Warriors and shit like that. And it is fun. I haven't completed it yet. I'm stuck on the third boss, but yeah. Now,
Like the
Persona
third-
5 Tactica. Can I please put this game in fucking D tier?
I've never played it. I don't know jack shit about it. Put it in D.
So much of my
I
time.
heard a lot of people
Now
like
we are on to
Hold
the
on,
greatest.
hold on. Before we continue,
SK.
before we continue, to this last one. The reason why I'm putting Tactica D tier, they just, I don't know. I never
It was
like,
more-
I don't like Persona as a fucking tactical RPG, like it's some fucking Fire Emblem.
No, it looks
Or
more
Mario
like
Rabbids
it
Sparky
looks
Pope.
more like a point and click comic book. That's
Yeah,
what it was like.
And it's also like, and also, do they really have to pull out the PQ designs again? Why not just make a PQ3?
Exactly.
Now,
We are on to
They
the
obviously-
greatest remake of all time, Persona 3 Reload. This is an automatic
I don't care what anyone says.
strong
It's
ass.
Top tier S.
From
It
the
is
art
S tier,
style.
all the way.
What you put
Indefinitely.
in A?
Yes. And there's
I-
our tier list.
And I don't care. Listen, do we really gotta explain? Do we need to elaborate what this game did right and what it does better than every other Persona game? Excluding the spin-offs.
There is one thing we should discuss for the sake of like shits and giggles, I guess.
I guess.
Persona 3 Reload made the hot spring segment a lot easier.
Yeah.
What's Hot Spring, anyways?
It's like, well, here's the thing. Ron can explain it to you, but let's not do it on stream.
Right.
But no. But Persona 3 Reload, the music. Do we even need to talk about the music? Do we need to?
It's
The fact that
fantastic.
the music was made by like a
Music-
Japanese lady.
The music
Who
is
betting
a fucking. It's fucking infinity out of fucking 100, dude. I don't give a.
Yes, Lotus Juice offered to return to reprise his great hits, and he had Azumi Takahashi come join him. That was an automatic win because I love her singing.
Yeah, and like, yeah, Yumi Kawamura may not return, but you know what? I didn't mind Azumi singing. Maybe when she sings Mass Destruction, it doesn't hit as good. But you know what? She fucking but if Mass Destruction is a letdown, listen to Changing Seasons. That's
The
all
singing
I
was
need to
beautiful
say.
anyways.
And now, I know we said we don't have to talk about Persona 3 Reload, but let's talk about the new stuff that they put in, like the new combat gear.
Oh
And
yes.
the DLCs.
It's so much better than just wearing your normal school uniform with an R band. You have like full decked out armored leather.
Like these motherfuckers done.
Yes.
These motherfuckers done fucking cooked it up for y'all.
Yeah,
Exactly.
And they have their own unique styles. Like Akihiko, he has a shoulder holster.
Exactly.
Mitsuru, she's got like a full cape. Junpei, he wraps his jacket around his waist. It's fucking like goat.
Like, I don't like if this doesn't convince you that Reload is one of the best games of all time, then I don't know what does. Oh,
What's the worst?
let's not forget that episode Igus is also much more toned down and it makes Yukari much more likable.
I mean, she's still Mrs. Makoto, but she's not like so like
But she doesn't.
moody.
She isn't. She isn't fucking moody, and doesn't feel like, and doesn't think that the rest of the and doesn't. How do I say it like this? She doesn't think it so aggressively to the point where she just makes stupid fucking outbursts.
And let's not forget the Joker boss fight.
It's a pain in the
Oh
ass.
fuck no!
The Joker boss fight was just for fucking fan service. Let's be honest.
It was,
Oh,
but
Despite the
I
fan service, it was literally absolute hell fighting
What's
Joker.
What's the worst persona?
Speaking from experience.
Probably fucking like Pixie.
and then there was the new ending that they added to episode Igus,
Oh yeah.
where if you lose Yukari and Mitsuru, they would get the key and basically undo everything Makoto's done.
And then
Yep.
just
It would be
ending
like
the
a
whole
big
world.
fucking Yukari.
Yeah. And that, while I hated that ending, I thought it was a good idea rather than just get defeated and then just game over.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Are you spoiling yourself for episode I guess I already heard it, so it doesn't really matter.
Alright.
But yeah, that is our tier list, and like we stated, Persona 3 Reload, greatest game of all time. Don't fucking at us. It's not an opinion. It's actual fact. 4
And
golden,
if you have a problem with us, come at me. I'll fight you.
4 golden, and 5 royal. These are obvious as to why they're up here. Now, Fez and now the PS2 versions of Persona 3, they're good, but they didn't age well. But I still love them nonetheless. Vanilla P4 is amazing. P4 dancing is obviously the best out of the dancing games, and P5 is really good, or well, it's amazing. Strikers I haven't completed yet, but it's great.
I beat it.
Portables is decent. Never played Q2. Barely have played Persona 1 or 2. 3 Dancing just has some of the greatest remixes, and of course fucking Makoto and animation type shit. 4 Arena, listen, and I don't mean to continue. I don't want to continue to bash 4 Arena. I'm not even trying to bash it because it's a great fighting game, but we have a friend that overhypes the fuck out of it. It's really not. It's nothing that special.
It gets old pretty fast.
Yeah, and like for example, there's still somewhat of a fighting community online, but let's be honest, this game is absolute fucking dead.
Yeah, lay it to rest already.
And,
Ew.
like,
You can't even get a single fucking match unless you talk to the goddamn Discord server. Fuck that. I ain't joining a goddamn Discord server just to get my ass whipped.
And I'm not gonna sit there try to fight people just to hear them.
Yeah.
And everything else.
And that's the thing. 4 Arena, like I said, 4 Arena Ultimax is a fun arcade fighting game. But if you're gonna defend the story, shut the fuck up. You must literally love a good yap fest. Like, here's
Exactly.
the thing. I'll say this now. If you enjoy the yap fest that is the Persona 4 Arena Ultimax stories, then you probably yap a lot too.
I mean, there is one good thing I did enjoy about Arena that we completely forgot to mention was the introduction of Labris.
That is true. Labris is a really
Yep.
good character. But putting aside Labris, 4 Arena Ultimax is a fun fighting game every once in a while. But if you play it, but I can never unironically play it every single day like our friend.
Right.
And like I said, if you somehow enjoy the story of any of the 4 Arena Ultimax games, then you yap a lot yourself.
Yes.
and cannot stop fucking talking. Anyway, Persona 1 we've barely played, so we're kind of just giving them like the best we can give them. Original,
no one
like-
knows them.
original,
I'll rate it.
Original 4 Arena, almost about the same reasons as Ultimax, except there's less content. Persona Q, like I stated, I'm not really a big fan of the first person first person roaming. Persona 5 Dancing just has horrible remixes, and it's just and
It's
a
got
lot
a guitar in the segment.
and then it also has too many song repeats. So yeah. Now Persona 2 Eternal Punishment we've barely played, but all we know is that it almost killed Atlas. So fuck these games.
Yes.
And then
again, P5 Dancing loves their many repeats of Last Surprise. Like,
yeah.
I'd rather listen to Mass Destruction a lot more than Last Surprise.
Yeah, and
to
I
be
feel like
honest.
they should have just released this when Royal came out. And then fucking
Actually,
and then
I'd
Joker
like to listen
Phantom
to
Thief
Joker.
is asking why I put Tactica in D tier. Like I stated before, if you didn't hear, this game is just like. Can you repeat what you said, Ron?
It's basically a point and click comic book more
Pretty
than
mu-
a video game.
Pretty much, and like I stated, it gives too much. I don't really understand why they decided to use chibi art for it, because if anything, they should have just put those tools and make a Persona Q3 for the Nintendo Switch.
I literally felt like when I played it myself, I literally felt like I was watching an episode of Chibi Ruby.
Exactly. So I'm sorry, but P5 Tactica just, I really can't enjoy it. I'd rather play.
the gameplay's
I'd-
just as slow as Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, and then I'd rather play Fire Emblem than this. But yeah,
Yep.
guys, that is our tier list. If you guys don't try to make your own tier list. It say that yours is better, because it is not. Our tier list is correct. No, I'm kidding. This
And
is,
before we end off this video, there is something I do want to get out of my chest.
Wait,
Alright?
If you can make a girl laugh and giggle,
you can make that ass clap and jiggle.
Welcome to Rejection 101, kids.
Shut the fuck
Nice.
up, Ron. Anyway.
I mean,
Anyway,
welcome to Giga
Thank you
Chad
guys so much
101.
for joining this. Thank you guys so much for joining the stream. Thank you y'all for hearing us yap so much about Persona games. And like we stated, Persona 3 Reload is the best game. Fuck you guys. Anyway,
we'll see you
Alright.
see you guys
later.
See you guys later.
Bye.
I guess I'll see you guys next stream. Love you all.
I guess there's an audience.